And welcome back to another round of Dead by Daylight. We're playing a killer round. We're playing this piggy. We're going to take a look at her loadout. It's part of our experiment we're running. We're running Hex Undying to go with Devour Hope. The idea is now that the tokens transfer, hopefully Devour Hope, a totem that they're not going to really think to look for until, well, hopefully until everyone's exposed, will stay around longer. 2 tokens, I'm faster. 3, everyone's exposed. 5, everyone dies. Pop goes the weasel. Anytime I kick a gen, it's going to lose 25% of its progress after I've hooked somebody. Barbecue and chili will give me a little bit of aura readings, but some sweet blood points on top of it. The tampered timer will reduce the bear trap timer by 30 seconds. The crate of gears will take it much longer for them to search a box. And we're sending ourselves to Hawkins, where totems are a little bit harder to find, as well as maybe boxes a little harder to get to. We've been experimenting with this build. Is it going to work in this time? We'll find out in just a second. All right, and we will start in Hawkins. So the idea with this is that survivors, now that they know Undying and Ruin is not a thing, will hopefully ignore searching for totems, just simply, work on generators, which is, I think, a very strong possibility. All right, they saw me coming. So hopefully they'll ignore totems to work on gens, because, that's a thing. And hopefully we'll be able to get somebody down. Well, where'd they go to? Oh, they went that way. This could be going better. Okay. Oh, okay. Hi, Meg. Fancy meeting you there. You just kind of... dropped right into my lap there. Nope. All right, we need to get this on your head before they finish one of those gens. All right, 0. All right, hook you here. Try to get as far away from that as possible. And there's our token. All right. Oh, I'm stuck in here. All right, we lost our pop. Well, that's unlucky. Meg, that's unlucky. This is not really going the way we wanted it to. Gens are popping. I was right. They were going to ignore anything else but the gens. But to be fair, all right. question is, yeah, somebody else is here. All right, we want to get away from everybody here. That's the plan. All right, there's two. We're gonna leave that Meg on the ground. We're gonna go after this Meg. Yeah, that was kind of a dead end you were running into there, Meg. Oh, you just kept running. Well, there's one of our totems, so I don't know if you saw it. All right, let's get a hat on you. Let's see if we can figure out. Yeah, there's somebody on a box. That's the Meg. Watch this. Is she gonna have enough time to get that trap off? Looks like she did get her trap off. All right. Devour is active now. Hey, Claudette. Wow. This is going to make things a little bit more interesting. That's definitely going to make things a little bit more interesting. All right, we did not get a token for that. We were a little bit too close, unfortunately. But everyone is still exposed, and now... Yep, the problem is, what do you do? That was not a good idea there, Meg. And you better use that sprint burst to get away. Oh. All right, we have... Did you fall down? Yes, you did. Come here, Meg. And that's about what we thought was going to happen. The timer just a little bit too far gone for that one person. They're dead. All of a sudden, this game has changed dramatically. This game has changed dramatically. Oh, well, we mistimed that, but that's okay. Ah. They're still going down. I think we've only hooked you once, so we have used this hook a lot. So they can't really progress generators with traps on their heads. They can't really not look for the totem with traps on their heads. Whoever's left is... Wait a minute, whoever is left is on the ground? Hold on a second. Where is that person? I don't know where I left that person. I'm waiting for someone to get a rescue, completely oblivious to the fact that somebody is on the ground somewheres, and I have no idea where. We went into a slugging mode. We're gonna have to go looking for this person. I have no idea where they are. Oh, there you are. Hi. Oh, that was awkward. That was awkward. But that is going to be a 4K, and I see one of the people disconnected in the middle of all that that silliness. I believe that's the person who died to the death time or disconnected. That was that Meg we ran into. So, how did that work? I'd say that was a success. So what happened? Generators went pretty early. We got into a chase with that Meg early. We downed that Meg early, the one that ended up disconnecting. And we got her trapped. We ended up running into her again. We got tokens early. And we got tokens early in that match. And, you know, it was going pretty well at that point, but they were popping generators, and we were not getting quite enough pressure on our survivors at that point. We weren't using our pops. They got us down. I believe it was to 2 generators rather quickly. There were several that popped in quick succession. But once we got our tokens up to 3. We managed to get enough distance away from those hooks on those rescues. Once we got it up to 3 tokens and everyone was exposed, we got some very quick downs, and we still had traps left. We were able to get traps on our survivors' heads, and at that point, that's the part of the game that's really devastating, potentially. Survivors are going to be forced into a very difficult situation. If you do generators, then you're still at the risk of being exposed and one hit down, and you're also setting off traps and making them active on your fellow survivors. If you have an active trap and you're looking at an active Devour Hope totem, well, that's bad because, again, you're a one hit down if you get found. Plus, you have an active trap. Plus, with the timer, you're going to have even less time to get that trap off. So the idea with this build is to basically, at some point in the middle game, have an immense amount of pressure on survivors who are looking up and saying, hey, I have an active trap on my head. I can't do a generator. I need to look for the Devour Hope totem, but I can't because I have to get this trap off my head before my head pops. And if I do look for the Devour Hope totem, it won't matter. Undying is just going to transfer it anyway. And in this game, I don't know if they were not looking for the totems once Devour was active. They certainly were not working on generators because they may have sensed that I had the timer in play. Even if they didn't, They knew that that was going to be a problem, and that if they had an active trap, well, looking for the totem was not going to be a good use of their time, and they were running the risk of a head pop. And everything from the survivor side seemed to absolutely come to a crawl at that particular point. And at that particular point, we had the game well in hand, all to the point where they didn't even take time to go pick up that down survivor. We hooked the next to last survivor, which I think was that a Yui we did, or a Kate. I'm sorry, either the Kate or the Claudette, or that we hooked, and we're basically going to look and trying to get distance from the hook. And again, that's the new UI. That's I didn't even realize I had a slug still on the ground for at least maybe 15 or 20 seconds until I finally looked up and realized, wait a minute, someone is still down. I need to go find that person. I slugged somebody and then continued to go after other people and left that slug on the ground, and everybody was so preoccupied, no one picked them up. And that Meg crawled a good distance across the map, because where I ended up finding her is nowhere near where I ended up downing her to begin with. But in that case, again, that's the UI, which I really don't like a whole lot, just coming into play there and being a royal pain when it comes to figuring out what's going on. There were a couple times I wasn't sure exactly who still had an active trap or who still had a trap on their head or not, because the old UI was a lot easier to see, a lot easier to tell. This new UI, yeah, it's not good. I really wish the developers had not implemented it. And I know I'm not the only one. So there was a little bit of confusion there in that game. My apologies to the person I left slugged. That was not my intention. Honestly, I didn't realize you were on the ground. But anyway, that's a pretty successful 4K and maybe an example of how Devour and Undying will hopefully work. Not that they cleanse the totem once, but those in combination, knowing that Devour can stay up even after it's cleansed and keep its tokens, makes it a lot more powerful than it was. Running it with something like the timer and the gears, potentially even more powerful than that. It certainly was in this case. We get the 4K thanks to Devour. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the round. Please consider hitting the like and subscribe button while you're here. New videos go up on a daily basis, and you can follow us over on Twitch at Geriatric Gaming 11 and get notified whenever we go live. Until the next time, thanks again so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next Dead by Daylight.